Hey Alex, hey chat.
Hello, everyone. No, Mass. I guess I think I switched all the schedule. Did I not? Is today the 12th? Oh my god, I got my days mixed up. Oh, we're doing the MASS80 today. I told them it was supposed to be today, and I mixed up my NV70 and MASS80 today. Who cares? Doesn't really matter. Hello, stop messing up. Nah. Hello, everybody. That's okay. We're gonna do the MASS80. You could say that's massive. Maybe not. There's something on the way to your mailbox that you are not ready for. Trust. Wait, I thought the keyboard wasn't ready yet, Fried. Or wait, did it become ready now? I'm not sure. Built my first keyboard since my Mode 80 round 1. Bowerlight is feeling so good. Cosmic with GMK Dracula. Very nice. Honestly, I've been into the lightweight keyboards, man. Like, this has been serving me well. It's on my desk, ready to use whenever I need a smaller board. Today I'm using the F1. Today's an F1 kind of day. But, maybe I'll be tempted to switch to something else this week. I'm not sure where I'm at. I have a feeling I know what I want to switch to. Maybe my Manta. But I have some other boards in which I feel like they need some love. To be honest, guys, it's weird, like, I feel like oddly tired the last, like, little bit. I don't know why. It's not, like, tired of work or anything. I just kind of, like, I feel like I want a little something extra on the side for, like, hobbies. And that was cameras at one point, but I think I'm growing out of the camera phase. You know what I mean? I've always been, like, a two-hobby kind of guy. I don't know. I've always been like, I need something on the side. So, keyboards, like, I'm entertained by keyboards for, like, you know, outside of the working aspect of keyboards. Like, you know, I do my keyboard stuff. I try new switches. But yeah, I kind of want to do something else. Nah, dude, I thought gaming can fill that void for me. I am not, like, the gaming me right now is just not into it. Oh, my hair is dry today. The gaming aspect, I'm not really loving right now. I don't know. Dude, there's just nothing I want to play. I did see that new game, Mugenics. I think the same people who made Binding of Isaac. But, like, how long is that going to last before I get bored of that, too? So gaming's not scratching the itch. Cameras are too expensive to experiment with anymore. I was getting, like, used lenses at one point. Like, I got a few decently used, fun lenses. Not scratching the itch anymore. Audio doesn't seem to be something... It's like every time I want to get back into audio, I can't. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. It's really all I got. Yeah, like, Arc Raiders is fun, don't get me wrong, but, like, it feels like every week now there's an exploit. Like, not to jump into the Arc Raiders discussion here, but, like, dude, just this last week they fixed the duplication glitch, and every run we play, every run is people still running duped items. Before the dupe glitch, no one was running Bobcats. Now everybody has 1 million Bobcats at their disposal. And it's just like, right now, until, like, a few weeks after this, I'm, like, not playing the game, you know? Try yoga in the morning and get the dopamine flowing early. You enjoy gaming more at night. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely that, too. Like, maybe I definitely need to, like, figure out something in the morning to do. Mugenics is pretty good. Is it Hoop? I need to check it out then. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Yeah, like Arc Raiders is fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying the Arc Raiders, the grind, so to speak. But Sugar Crash right now, oh no. Become a morning guy. I'm already a morning guy. Though. I wake up, make coffee, do emails, work. Maybe I'll just do my workouts in the morning or something. Maybe that'll be my morning thing. I don't know. I don't know. You're not gonna play some Mario Kart with me after school, right? Yeah, I'll play. I'll do it. I think I'm also breaking out in pimples. I don't know what I ate. Like, I think it had to be yesterday or something, which I don't think I ate anything crappy yesterday. Oh no, I did have one thing that was like meh yesterday. I said morning gym guy. You're a morning gym guy? Or I should be one. No way, I just searched if you have built this on your channel and you're doing it right now. Yeah, today's going to be an interesting build. Very, very interesting. Also kind of weird. So, I don't know if we want to jump right into it. But we'll see. We'll see. This thing at 60 yet? I haven't built one, no. Lo-fi build today? Yeah. Also, I'm gonna let you guys. I'll give you guys a head up. Like I'm low energy right now. As much as I want to be high energy right now, I can't. So we're just having a very low energy stream, but we're still gonna get all the review on point here. You know, it is what it is. I am gonna unbox something before we do anything here because this was sent over by Scotty. I hope Scotty's in the channel right now. Or maybe I should just wait for Scotty to show up. There he is. Oh my god. Odos. Knife. Fried compliment. Sometimes I look at Fried and I go, damn, that guy's handsome. I really do. Sometimes I wish, damn, I wish I could send him a shirt with my avatar on it. The infamous MASS80. I mean, is it infamous at this point here? I don't even know. I feel like it's weird today. Dude. Oh wait, are we doing predictions on this? Is this worth doing predictions on? It's not a new set. If you guys want to, I don't know. Scotty, is it worth doing predictions on this? Or probably not. I'm gonna leave it up to the person who shipped this. I would advise against. Okay, we're not doing it. We're not doing it then. All right, let's see. Technically, it's not in order. So this is so pretty. Thank you so much, man. Holy shit. Dude, Mudbeam is so sexy, bro. Look at this. Look at this. This is Mudbeam. Holy cow. Damn. Thanks, dude.
Mudbeam
thank you so much. Agent, thank you so much
you.
as well, by the way. It's for your tier 1 earlier. And thank you so much, Ineffable. I appreciate you, man. Actually, my packaging held up. Dude, it did really well. Honestly, the whole thing was packaged well. I started desoldering your stuff today, by the way. So it should be done within the next, like, 2 days. Dude, it's so nice. I don't think it'll look good on today's board, only because today's board's totally different color. But I'm considering putting this on the Manta. We'll do it together, though. Let me put this back in the box here. We'll do it all together. Oh, wait. This is one of those GMK sets you need to put on a certain way. The old boxes. I don't have earth tones, no. Dude, thank you so much, Scotty. This is so pretty, dude. Mudbeam is like a grail set to me. It really is. This I have to figure out how I'm going to organize this. Oh, dude, we're going to take so many pictures. Okay. Really quick. How funny would it be if you just mimed the building the MASS80? Oh, yeah. So, we're going to kind of jump in today's stream. We're not going to, we chit-chat a lot. We're probably going to chit-chat during the build because I have to take it apart. So this is the MASS80 by Milky Way. They've done a crap ton of keycaps in the past. You've probably seen them. I own a few Milky Way keycap sets. Their keycaps, I'll be honest, I've always felt were a little bit of a hit and miss for me in terms of like what I was interested in and stuff like that. Is it a bad thing? No, there's some good sets from Milky Way. I'll be honest, some of the quality of the later Milky Way sets, well, maybe not later, but the one when I kind of stopped buying PBT in general, were okay. Like, there were nothing special. But I liked their earlier sets, and I've heard they've had some decent sets since as well, in terms of quality. And, you know, they've been around. But let's see what they have now for a board. They're doing this thing called the MASS80. It's about $340-ish, and it comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors. It's interesting. They did sponsor this stream by giving us the keyboard as well, and we're going to take a look at it. We're going to be very, very honest. We're going to give this a fair shot. This is an early product. They were stressing that. They said, hey, if you want to take a look at this, we only have early stuff to show you. They're still finalizing some of the software elements, which, I'll be honest, I'm not like thrilled about, but most of it's there for the most part. I did test the software. It all works. Like, the base theme works for the most part. There was something I need to message them later on about that I didn't quite understand what to do. But everything else seemed pretty good. The Spotify and stuff doesn't work on Mac yet, so I cannot demo that to you guys right now. So there's going to be stuff in which my Mac computer cannot do yet. They did say this will be Mac compatible. So let's jump right into it. We can go over the We can go over the webpage here in a moment, but first we'll just take a look at the board. Do you have a PC? I do, but I don't really use it for anything other than playing video games. I've lost interest in using my Windows computer. Honestly, I hate using it. All right. Here is the MASS80. Fun box. They have an optional wrist rest as well. They're touting the wrist rest to be a bit more comfy than the traditional wrist rest because it's arched or kind of V'd in the center. I'll see about that. I don't necessarily love wrist rests, so this is going to be something in which we'll take a look at, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm biased against wrist rests. I think they're awful, but we'll see. Now the board itself, like I said, $340-ish. They do have early bird pricing on this, but it seems to be listed on some other websites like Unikeys and other things other than their Kickstarter for $340, which is nice. The wrist rests do cost about $160 per wrist rest. I don't think any one of these get higher. No, it doesn't. But yeah, here's the box. They have combining thoughtfully designed UE versus UI. And this is important here because this mimics exactly what they're putting on the screen. Little thing on the box here. Then it just mirrors itself all across. So, here is the board. Now, I have done my fair share of research on the board itself, and what the board comes with, or I guess you can buy with the board, I should say, are these magnetic top frames, which I think is fun. I've always liked the idea of like these quick change top frames that don't cost a whole hell of a lot. I think they're only about $20. But nice. I do appreciate it. So this is one here, and then they also have a win keyless version. I love this color, by the way. Love, love, love this. The black on this is even kind of sparkle coated, as you guys can kind of see. Probably will end up switching to this, so I'm going to leave this right here. What color is that? I don't know if this color is listed on the website at all. Let me triple check. I don't think that cream color is listed, but it's an extra panel. That might be. Let's see. So this is with the screen in win keyless. You know, I don't think they have this like bone color listed, which is a bit of a bummer. I'll have to double check. I'm not sure. So then we have an extra plate here, which I think the default plate is going to be polycarbonate. This is looks like, I think this is FR4. Although it looks like aluminum, but it's FR4. This is an FR4 plate. And then here's a last top here if we just want to do HHKB, like a HHKB style TKL, which is a little bit non-conventional, but you know what? We vibe, I guess. We vibe. We'll leave that here. And you can also opt to get ones where the screen doesn't show. You can totally do the opposite. And here's the board. They sent it in orange, so I guess they watched the stream or something. Here is the board. I've already unboxed it because I wanted to test it all to make sure it actually worked. And get my pre-review kind of... Let me just get a microfiber cloth. But I kind of want to double check all of this on my computer to make sure it all worked okay. And we're going to be rebuilding this because, I'll be honest, I don't love the stock sound out of this. It is a good looking board though. It's cool. I like the way it looks. Thank you so much, Carlos. I appreciate you. Like, it is neat. I think that it has a lot of character even on the top-down view. Like, the screen adds a lot of stuff to this, and we can turn that on and show you guys later. Oh, my camera does not like this at all. The keycaps I thought were fun. They're a little bit smaller legends. They remind me of, like, Osime keycaps. I don't necessarily love them, though. I think the keycaps are my... least favorite aspect of this, which is ironic because they're a keycap company first, but they're a little cheesy. Like, for example, I don't know, maybe you guys will like this. This is totally preference. This says shift. They're a little cheesy, but maybe you guys like them. I don't know. Like I said, they're all right. They're okay. It's a fun, like, I think this is just fun because it comes with it, I suppose. But, I mean, I would have loved to see this as a DIY kit opposed to, like, fully assembled. They have, like, tabulator, caps lock with some funny stuff. And then they have another shift here. Like, it's cool. F13 layout. I like that, too. It's fun. It is what it is, I guess. I don't know, man. This is, like... It's whatever. The side profile of the board has a, I would say... nice seam down the center over here. It's a fun looking side profile, I'd say. I don't know. How do you guys feel about the side profile? Not bad at all. And then the back of the board, honestly, like the back of the board, or the bottom rather, is the dopest part about this whole board. And it's, at first glance, when I looked at this board, I'm like, oh, the bottom is just designed. No, actually, it has some functionality, and I can kind of show you guys what it does. There's an SD card over here, and you essentially take off this piece of glass to get to this SD card. And this is going to be your internal storage for this. So it's kind of neat. It's kind of like this little project, you know, with you can put themes and stuff on this. So it's neat that way. I actually had to take this out to flash it today as well. So it's a 16 gigabyte card. I don't know if all of them will come with a 16 gigabyte card. I'm hoping so. But it's cool. What I don't love about this is MW keys. Here, my camera does not like this. It's a bit dark. MW keys. Wait, why is this a bit dark? Oh, I know why. I gotta fix this later. MW keys, and then it says developed by MW keys. Do we need to have MW keys literally twice? Like, I don't know. I'm like okay with not having the word MW keys like boom boom. I think this is an easy thing to just take off. But the back of the board's fun. I love the way this looks. I like the little glass panel that you can have a peek at some of the internals. I really do. It's pretty cool. You can make your own themes. That's super cool too. And they do have 2 themes already pre-installed on this. I didn't take a look at anything else. One doesn't work 100%. I think it's still in the process of being made, but the default one worked fine. But pretty cool. Let me actually just quickly change my camera to not do that anymore. One sec, guys. I want it to be able to zoom in and not have to... Hold on. You guys are just going to have to deal with me for a second. Sorry. Okay. There we go. But cool. Very, very cool. And then we do have really long feet. I would have preferred, and this is something I didn't even notice at first glance, I would have preferred maybe some standard bubble feet. Not absolutely necessary for this, but you know, it's something that's there, and I would have just preferred maybe the other. But all right, now we can start looking at the top frame one more time, and we can plug it in. And I can show you guys a little bit about the board. And then we can go inside to the internals where I may be more specialized at, but the aesthetics of the board are pretty fun. Let me actually just get at my cable here. Yeah, I would say it's an aesthetically pleasing board for sure. Like, I truly think it's a pretty looking one. Yeah, I definitely want to change the keycaps. Although the gray keycaps aren't that bad. It just kind of looks like a ski data kind of keyboard. Let's plug it in. Right side aligned USB. The board does have like a boot up sequence too, so you have to wait for it to boot up, which is something you may or may not like. Quite frankly, I don't know a way around that, considering this does kind of have its own like little tablet system built into it. So the keyboard does work though the moment you plug it in. You just have to wait for this like screen thing to boot up. And it is a touch screen as well. I will admit, there is a side of me that enjoys this kind of stuff. Like, I like silly tech things like this. A $340 for the early bird pricing. Now, I'm going to attempt to make this not blown out on the screen here. So just give me a moment. Oh, wrong way. All right. I think this is about the right. There's like a brightness thing I can do here. Well, actually, we'll just lower the brightness. And I'll adjust my camera to being back the way it was. Time is off. Yeah, it might be a little off. It's okay. I think you can get rid of this like frames per second thing here, but it's interesting. Like, I think you being able to put a picture here and have it be this large is kind of fun. Now, to play both sides here, I did see a lot of comments on other people's content, as well as just some like Reddit forums saying screens are gimmicky. Well, no kidding. I think that's also part of the appeal of having something like this, is to have something gimmicky. Is a screen necessary? No, it's not. None of this is necessary. Is having a $400 keyboard necessary? And I think this is kind of where it gets a little dicey. And where's the argument to be had that having a $400 keyboard is no less gimmicky than having a screen on a $200 keyboard? So in terms of like, is it gimmicky? No shit. It is. It's very gimmicky. Is it fun? Do you enjoy it? Maybe you do. But yeah, you can put your own themes and wallpapers on this, which is cool. We'll talk about some of the concerns I have for like the long run here, but let's just go through this for now. I see a music icon. That's because it actually works with Spotify. But first of all, I actually don't use Spotify. And then second of all, I did use Spotify on my Windows computer just to test it, like with the free account. It worked fine. It was cool, kind of cool actually having like the album art on the screen. But on Mac, it does not work right now. So you can do brightness over here. And then I believe this middle area is volume, which does not work on the Mac right now either. I don't think the right side does anything now. Then we have the music area. Again, I don't have any music plugged into this. So is Spotify normie? What am I supposed to be using? Well, listen, off topic. I don't use Spotify right now because I already have the Apple plan and I don't feel like spending money on two different programs. But I'll take some photos of the Spotify thing working for you guys too when I get that running. And then I like this feature a lot. It has a Pomodoro timer, which in case you guys are into some of this like min-maxing on how you work, you can adjust the timer by scrolling the wheel here and then just start it and it counts down. You could find that useful. We've seen boards like that in the past. I think maybe 1 or 2 boards with built-in timers. It's neat. You know, is it gimmicky? Yes, it's gimmicky. Again, I think that's part of the appeal when you're doing something like this. Is it's supposed to be a convenience factor as well. It's pretty neat though, and you know that persists depending on which screen you go to. I don't know why this is picking up CPU usage. I don't think anything is running and communicating from my Mac. I didn't test this on the Windows computer yet, but it should be fine. I just hadn't installed the extra thing I need to for this particular thing here. And then you can change things like the wallpapers. You know, we can change it to this blue one, which might look a little ugly because, you know, it's an orange board. Oh, applied. How do we go back here? Oh, I'll just swipe back. And then this is now the thing here. Blue hater. Well, I don't like it on the blue. It's kind of ugly. Let's be real here. Let's switch back to orange. Actually, why isn't it going back? Like I said, there's some bugs with the default software, which is a little frustrating because I would have liked to see maybe something a little bit more polished before it came to, I guess, my hand here, but it's okay. I wish it was slightly more responsive. Yeah, I mean, you know what it has like a vibe to? It has like if you had like a early console car. You know what I mean? I'm sure this can probably get a little bit more responsive with more tweaks and stuff, but you can see that it dips frames, and you can actually see this over here, but it's not using much CPU usage. So I think there needs to be some more tweaking with that. Just ever so slightly. Because, yeah, it's not really doing a whole hell of a lot here. You know, 50% maybe. Maybe we got it to 79% there. Yeah, I don't know why it's not going back right now. Screw the haters, I'm into it. Yeah, and like I said, they're going to have tons of themes and stuff, and they already... I wanted to show you guys this other theme, but it's not letting me go back. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Theme. No, that's style images. They had this theme, which, dude, this theme is sick, but none of this stuff on this particular theme works quite yet. And they did have some other files for themes, I believe, but, so this one here doesn't work with everything quite yet, but like, how cool is this? Like, look at the album art here on this. Like, once they finalize this theme, like, I don't think this looks super good with the orange, but this is super cool, right? The Pomodoro timer, again, nothing works on this, it just seems to be still images. Memory, you know, CPU usage. And you can install more eventually too. So, with that being said, obviously, like, there's some glitches with this, like, it's not perfect. I have concerns. I don't have like a number of concerns that I like have right now in my head that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna bring them up on stream. I think my concerns right now is like longevity of this. Is this just gonna be released and then forgotten about? I think that's my fear. And my other fear would be if this does get released, I think ideally I'd like it to be released and done in a way where it can be open sourced. And ideally, oh my god, my camera does not like this keyboard today. I don't know why. I would like this to be completely finished upon release. Like, I would hate to see people get this and then it's just not a functioning product. Or it's still being developed. Because I think that idea of still being developed is always a bit of a fear of mine. So I think my advice to Milky Way here, if you guys get this done within the next, like, I don't know how long the group buy is, please post videos of at least a few working themes. And then obviously they're saying that people can develop their own themes. That's going to be awesome in the future too for people who invest in something like this. Because it's as simple as literally plugging in that SD card. But I would want to see a fully functioning for the most part, like I said, there are some stuff on the other one that don't 100% work, and there's the keys, by the way, if you guys wanted to also use scroll and all this other stuff. A fully functioning product for the screen at the very least. So if that does get released, that'll be amazing, and I do think that will inspire a lot of confidence for people picking one up. You know? So again, right now what we're looking at is for the most part, one complete theme, which is this dark theme over here. This one here takes a little while to switch over to. I would like to see responsiveness kind of meddled with a little bit too, to be a little bit better. But for the most part, it's a cool gimmick, I'd say. You know? It's a cool gimmick. But yeah, my concern is I want this to be finalized. I want there to be at least 1 or 2 finalized themes, and then being like, all right, guys, now the community can have at it, and maybe we'll release a roadmap of 5 more themes. But it is cool, though, and I can see how people can really enjoy this. Like I said, the Spotify thing did work 100%. The Pomodoro timer is fun. Like, it even saved the time there from when we had it last time, even switching through themes, which is very, very cool. Yeah, it's a fun idea. And again, just because I feel like I need to stress this, is this gimmicky? Yes, it's gimmicky. Is it fun? Who knows? Maybe you find it fun, maybe you don't. But if you don't, then the keyboard's not for you. That's it. Plain and simple. Like, there's nothing to it. Potential is there, execution isn't yet, and given standard and modifier options. Yeah, I mean, I like the idea that you can still use the standard stuff here, even though they're not physical keys. You can still delete things. Like, I don't know if they'll actually function for me right now. They don't. And this is what I mean. Like, I want the Mac... I want the Mac thing to be fully finalized before I even say, like, yes. So, cool, though. Very, very cool. And now, let's actually take off... I haven't actually tried to take off the magnetic piece yet, so let's try that. Shall we? Let me grab this. I can't reach, but I shall reach. Oh, yeah. What are the keycaps again? Like the ones on the board right now? They're the stock ones that came with the board. So, this is easy to come off, and then we can put something like this. Oh yeah, that's actually really cool. That completely changes the vibe of the board. I will say this is very well implemented as well. A lot better than I've seen on competitors who have tried to use quick swap. My camera does not like this today. Like a lot nicer than people who have tried to use quick swap magnetic top pieces in the past. Impressive. I'm impressed there. That is cool. This is also going to be a fingerprint magnet, so definitely have a microfiber cloth on hand. I like the cream color on this a lot, actually. That's cool. All right. Well, I guess we can start taking this apart, which I haven't done yet, so I guess I'll figure out how to do this now. I'm not sure how we take this apart, but we will find out. How do they compare to the quick swap on the Enzo E? I think the Enzo E was also very good. It's been a little while. I can't really remember. I didn't have the Enzo E as long as I would personally like. Are these detachable feet? No, they're adhesive. Okay. All right, let's figure out how to open this now. I don't care for magnetic top plates personally. I actually think they're kind of fun. Personally, I'm into them only because I think it allows you to pick up like 1 or 2 extra top pieces for a few extra dollars, and then you can change the way your keyboard looks. So I'm here for it. All right, so I think we're gonna have to take off. I want to say we're taking off all these. Although, let me see. Let me see through the top part of the case here. Cheap way to have more than one keyboard, essentially. I agree with that sentiment. I do think it is a nifty way to kind of breathe some life into a keyboard without having to spend money on a brand new keyboard. Actually, maybe we do it from the top here. Maybe that's the thing we do here. Does this get removed? I'm not sure. All right, let's try our best. The switches we're using are Gateron X's today. Like, we're going to be taking everything out of this. There's stock switches, which you can read about on their webpage. They feel fine. I just don't love the way this keyboard sounds out of the box. I'm going to be real with you guys. This is a preference-based take, though. I think the keyboard sounds okay. It's nothing too nice. So, I did see a few people mention OLED. Can I be honest? I would not want an OLED screen on this. This has way too many static elements that I think OLED would be a silly choice on this. Again, I think that's... I don't know if that's a fair take. Oh, wrong bit. But I don't know if I'd want it. So nice. You know? Thank you, Lewis. Appreciate you, man. You look disgusted with that keyboard? I actually don't mind the keyboard at all. I think it's... I don't know about you guys. I actually think the keyboard's pretty. I do. So nice. Thank you very much, Verdant. I appreciate you, man. I'm not finding their page with the Switch info. I think it's on their Kickstarter, or I'm not sure if Unikeys was at the very, very bottom of the page. Thank you, Sue. Appreciate you. All right, so I'm not sure how we do this here. Bit of an awkward one to uninstall. So let's take this out for now. I don't know if this is the exact right way to uninstall this, so I'm going to be as careful as I possibly can. This keyboard with an OLED screen would probably cost more than OLED monitors themselves. Even if it didn't, I wouldn't want it personally. I think an IPS display is fine. I don't think I need anything else on a personal note. Okay, I'm going to give Milky Way some credit here. Honestly, I had not looked at anyone unboxing this or taking this apart just because I wanted to experience that. I can tell you right now that I'm appreciative that they did not put a gasket mounting point underneath the spacebar. So kudos to them there. I do think that's a nice move. All right, let's unplug this guy. And then, does this need to be unplugged? It does. All right. All right, let's move some of this stuff out of the way. It's the little things. Yeah. Let's take off these gaskets for now as well. They have silicone gaskets, very reminiscent of what we've seen on like novel keys boards, which we can put here. Actually, I think the plates on this one is aluminum, so maybe we just keep the aluminum plate. But I'm going to switch the switches here. And I think there is some foam in this one, so we'll take it apart now. And here's the inside of this particular module. So you can see this is where the screen is on the top. Ignore my fingerprints. Uses some ribbon cables to connect, which makes sense. And then I don't know why there's some like tissue here or something. I guess this is supposed to be foam. I think that's a little bit strange and lazy, but it's okay. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, move that to the side, and let's start disassembling this. I'm gonna get a little bag for this because I don't want to use these keycaps. I'll probably put them on again later or something. Burn-in really isn't an issue anymore for monitors, at least. Well, yeah, for monitors, but this isn't going to be a monitor. Can you replace the screen with switches? You can. If you so feel the need to, you can buy one of the top frames with regular switches. You don't have to invest into the screen. But the base model all comes with the screen already there. So I appreciate them doing that too, in case you just really like the look of the board, which I mean, it does have a pretty nice look, I'd say. Internally though, I mean, we're not really, to speak on the internals of the bottom case, we're not really seeing a whole hell of a lot here. It seems to utilize this giant piece on the bottom as like its own subsection, which you can see is screwed into the bottom of the case here. So there's nothing to write home about, like nothing secret or fun on the internals. No stepped internals, which, I mean, it's fine. No batteries, nothing like that. After the Freya fiasco, I stay away from keyboards with screens. That particular screen, though, was like... Dude, that was bad right off the rip. Or not even bad. It was just like you could tell there was problems right off the bat. And here's what I'm going to do for this one here, too, because I feel like it's hard to get, you know, only... Because I've only had the keyboard here with me for 2 days. I'm probably going to have to do some experimenting with this and really put this through the ringer, more than just like a build stream today or something. So most likely we'll be fooling around with this tonight and tomorrow and throughout the weekend here. I've tried and got scared I would break something. Oh, we're going to be removing the foam, yeah. Okay, this is too hard for my poor fingies now. A lot of monitors have sub-pixel shifting to help reduce burn-in. Yeah, they do. Wow. What happened, child? Also, thank you guys again for being here tonight. It's funny, too, because I actually think that these stock... Well, actually, I don't even know if these are the stock switches. I think these are... Hold on a second, because these say Cherry on them. Give me one moment. Did they send different switches? I think these are, I think these are... The person who sent this over, being one of the people here, I think these might actually be someone else's switches. Hold on a moment. But I think they're the... What is it when you put cream stems in a cherry switch again? What are they called? Shoot, what is the Franken switch name for that? Oh boy. Is it a BCP? Yeah, I don't really like BCPs. Yeah, I think these are supposed to be like a BCP, whoever installed these and used this before me. I'm not a BCP kind of guy. Also, I think BCPs with like this layer of PE foam on the bottom just isn't my thing. BCP's H1 bottom though? I don't know if these are H1 bottoms. Honestly, they probably are because they don't look like cherry bottoms. They're shinier. And there's a cherry top. Editors who use the same program are more prone to burn-ins since they're a monitor for longer. It would take months to take effect though. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just don't want an OLED for this. I feel like it's going to cause problems. So actually, now that we've learned that these are not the stock switches, because the stock switches, let's actually go to their Kickstarter for one moment. Do I have their Kickstarter open? I don't think I do. Their stock switches, I believe, are supposed to be something else. Which makes me wonder how good the stock switches would sound then. Well, I think this is actually someone else's board before they sent it to me. So maybe they sent it over like they didn't mean to send these over. I'll have to figure out who used this before me and maybe return these. You know what I mean? Because I would feel bad if I'm going to kind of shelve these switches and I don't really like them. Hold on one sec. I'm just going to quickly load up. Yeah. MASS80. I guess so. Let me triple check what they're called for the stock switches. Let's see. They're called retro tees, which look pretty close to what these are supposed to be, but I don't know if Cherry's gonna, because these do say Cherry on the top. I don't know if Cherry's producing them. Maybe these are. Who knows? I'll triple check later. But these do feel like a BCP. They're really quick to bottom out. I'll ask later. Still not cheap to mod BCPs unless you have a whole bunch of switches. Dude, they're so expensive. That's why I feel bad now. Like I said, I'm not into BCPs at all. Retro Tees or HMX? I think an HMX would actually be a better switch than this board. You know what? That's really funny though. And that goes to show that I genuinely... Because I've always said I don't really love BCPs. And I didn't even know BCPs were in here. And I told you guys from the get-go I didn't like it. That is kind of funny. BCPs are... I know they're a lot of people's favorites, but I've just never grown to like them. They're really clacky, plus they're just like... I think they're a bit tough to type on for me for some reason. Just built my Neo 80CU based on the video of it. Awesome upgrade from the Bridge 75. Hell yes. It is honestly a nice upgrade. BCPs are really fun, but really rough on the fingers. Yes. Yeah. A little too rough on the fingies, if I do say so myself. Apiary keyboards. How are you doing? Hello, were you guys playing games? Kikobo is not so much a lighter sound. I would actually say Kikobo is a little bit more of a sharper overall sound compared to something like GMK. What were you guys building? Much better now that you're here. Thanks, Marcia. I blindly ordered 100 of them days ago, and now you have me second guessing. For which one, Nana? Which switches? I'm typing on BCPs right now. They feel great to me. Everyone's different. BCPs? I mean, you might like them. Listen, the only thing I don't like about them, and you know what? I think, honestly, there's so many people in this chat right now who love BCPs, and they can tell me, like, I'm fucking wrong for this. I just don't like how harsh they are on my fingers. And then also, I do feel like BCPs, to me, don't sound great in every single keyboard. That's it. That's it. Everyone has their own opinions on BCPs, though. It's also like Gator on inks. I'm not big on Gator on inks, but I know tons of people love them. That's the beautiful thing. We can all have our own preferences. I'm pre-ordered the Enzo A Sand coloration. Any keycap recommendations? Ooh. If you can get your hands on Abstract, I know it's done, but if you can find a set, Abstract would be sick on that. Mudbeam might actually look good on that too. You know what else might look really good? The new version of Redacted that's all black. I do think that would be nice. The new Roller V2s are so nice. Yes, I'm writing an article right now about keycaps, or sorry, about switches. And Roller V2s are on them, so. Noir or Cream, actually, from Marcia. Yes, that is true too. Noir round 2. Or round 1, I don't know. We're waiting for Noir round 2. That's the key there. Hear me out, Redacted white plus beige mods. Yeah, mix match. You can also mix match some stuff. Damn, I feel bad. I don't know whose board this was before me taking a look at it, but I'll find out. I need to send them back their BCPs. Because these are, I think these are actual BCPs. Well, they are. And they're kind of expensive to make. I feel awful now. Can we continue the dad music playlist from Marcia's stream? What does that entail? And will I get DMCA'd? What does that entail? Ever tried the Eve 65 without any foam? I don't think there's foam in mine, is there? You absolutely would? Oh, I'm okay. Can't get DMCA'd if you don't get caught. Easy. Honestly, that's big facts. That is facts. Can't even disagree with that. Are you doing the raids? Wait, sorry. Are you doing the raids HE on stream sometime soon?
Where is Noir to please? I need it, I need it, I need it. Chat needs it, chat needs it. The world needs it. Please, please.
Well, Marcia, how do you answer to this? What say you, Marcia? Okay, let's get rid of this foam. Oh wait, I have to take out the stabilizers. Honestly, this foam is just not my thing. Ask Novel Keys? I don't really talk to those guys much. I'm joking. Talk to them every day. Alright, let me get another bag for this. Thank God I have tons of bags next to me. The mode prologue has me hyped. Finally, a uniform 98%. I'll tell you right now, I love the way the... Okay, this is a stupid thing to... It's very niche. But looking at the prologue, I've also been looking at, as you guys know, not that I'm going to pick one up. I don't think I am. I think I've told you guys my whole reasoning, but not to get off topic. Looking at vinyl record players, and looking at the back of the prologue reminds me of, like... I don't know why, it just gives me this, like, old school kind of record player stand, you know, like you keep your vinyls on top kind of look. So, did you know your phone can play music now? No need for discs at all, it's crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know who the fuck said that. That's crazy. I don't know who said that, but he's gone. Don't worry, guys. He's gone. Rip my mod? Oh my god, does that actually get rid of mod status? I always forget about that. It's back. Okay, let's keep these to the side. Can I use Night V4 stabs on my Neo ADCU? Absolutely you can. Wait, why wouldn't you be able to? Alright, let's unscrew these. Let's get rid of this foam. Any ideas for keycaps for today? If I'm going to use the cream top? Any ideas, guys? Anyone have any fun suggestions? Oh, you can use either one. Kaiju today could be cool. Orbot came in today. I got number 001. Damn. Did you order it the second it came out? I wonder if it was just like randomized. I wonder. Easy $1,000 flip. Are they all sold out now? I got number 55. I have number XXX. Because they're just samples. Low key, when I opened the box, I think it said something about number 1, but it wasn't. It was just like I read it wrong, and I was like, cool, I got number 1. Is it possible to actually build this board without the goddamn awful, or the god awful screen in the nav cluster? Yes, you can literally build this board without it, but it comes in the default package. Like, you will get a screen, you are paying for one, but you can pick up, if you look on Unikey's website, for example, I'll go back there, you can literally pick up no screen clusters for an additional, let's see, how much do these cost? $29 for any of the tops. So it would cost a little bit more, but you could technically do it. Why would you do? The screen's awesome. I also feel like you're picking this up probably for the screen. But I mean, dude, like I said, the aesthetic of the board's pretty cool, I gotta admit. I do wish they would have just given people an option to not buy the screen. You know, that's a conversation to be had as well. why not just make a version without the screen and allow people to also buy that? Let me just put these to the side. Are these already lubed? Do I have to like... No, actually these are good. Because the screen's a gimmick and I hate gimmicks? You're not wrong, it is a gimmick. So, now we can take a look at the compatibility of their one and only PCB here. Looks like whoever lubed this, a little bit of lube transferred over, but it's okay. We have... I mean, I get... Okay, just because this offers a bunch of different bottom rows, I understand the reasoning why there's only a fixed layout for the bottom row. But honestly, are the plates compatible with ISO? They are. Not bad compatibility. So Milky Way has on 2 points that I feel like a lot of brands usually just kind of fail at, being like just sticking random gasket points anywhere, and then also compatibility on their hot swap PCBs. This ain't that bad. Yeah, it offers Win keyless and HHKB tops. So, not, well, it's not real HHKB, but you know what I mean. Not bad. F13 layout, so it is a standard only F13. But, you know, you get split left for the ISO, you get ISO, split right, split backspace, caps and step caps. All right, I'll give it to them there. That's not too bad, not too shabby indeed. Thoughts on a split spacebar keyboard? I like them. They're nice. What's wrong with Canon keys? I don't know. What's wrong with Canon keys? Did they do something today that I'm not aware of? Change the stabs to night stabs? I'm going to be honest. I only have one set of night stabs right now, and these are perfectly good stabs. So I don't know if I want to just like be wasteful today. I'll just test these ones here really quick and see how they sound with, you know, sticking a switch inside, but I feel like these are fine. Do the HHKB rebuild. No, I want to use the other top though. I want to use that cream top. I mean, we can technically just quickly swap them anyways. Alright, let's get this one here in. What happened, guys? I'm missing some drama. If you guys can, just to not detract from things, just do it in Discord, please. Let's keep the conversation chill right now. Just old heads with opinions. Hey, now I'm part of that group. I'm part of that. Watch yourself. It's nothing new. Oh, it's old stuff? Okay, then. I'm not going to concern myself with it right now. Cat explosion wasn't anyone's fault. I don't trust any keyboard. Also, cat stuff is just... I feel like cat was always a disaster anyways. Cat was always a disaster, bro. I really love that you have fancy screw trays. Okay. Everyone needs to pause for 1 second. This is not a screw tray. This is actually a catch-all tray, and I don't want to damage it. And then my screw trays are all filled with other screws that I'm too lazy to put away. So, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone, please. No judgment zone. All right? No judgment. I will donate my screw tray. No, I have so many. Honestly, a lot of them are just put away. I'm just teasing. And then, yeah, I do use the bowl for springs. It works so well for putting old springs inside because it's magnetized on the bottom. All love, completely on the same speed. Mm-hmm. I go to MicroStarter like once a year and buy like 1 or 2 of those magnetic screw trays every time. I'm good. Sometimes every few months I clean them all out, but can you hang on some of these extra screws I have for me? Yeah, I can put them in one of the trays. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Also, I actually wanted to bring this up as well. A little bit of a maybe more boring topic. Are you free Saturday? I am not free, unfortunately. I was trying. I know what you're talking about, Keep Science. Sadly, I don't think I can. But I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, another quick topic that might be annoying to hear because I've made a Discord post about it. But there's been a lot of self promo or promo for people. I feel like I just need to bring this up because it happened again this morning, and I had to have like a conversation with someone. But okay, this is a weird topic to bring up, and I apologize for bringing this up. I've noticed that a lot of people are using general discussion for promoting stuff that they're working on, which, like, I get it. I know people are excited about stuff they're working on, but I feel like it also detracts sometimes from, like, you know, like, I've seen how the conversations get brought up sometimes, and sometimes they're literally, like, super, super random to the point where they don't really make sense. It's like, it kind of just, like, interrupts the flow of conversation. On top of that, too, like, we have rules. We've had rules, and they've been there since the start of the server for self-promo stuff. So, there's a whole channel called #self-promo that you guys can post in. Or not you guys, but just, you know, people can post in. I'll be honest, it's starting to get a little bit, like, on my nerves a little bit because, like, I've asked a few times for people to just, like, chill with that. Some people have tried to kind of skirt around it by, like, making it conversational, I suppose. But also, listen, I'm gonna just be honest here. Like, if your whole purpose, and I've seen people's just, like, the only conversations that they have are literally self-promo conversations and they don't participate in anything else, then, like, I don't know what you want me to think you're in the server for, other than to share projects you're doing and then collect money from people. I'm not saying that you have to be part of the community, but I am saying that it does become a little annoying when it's like you're just becoming an advertising beacon and nothing else. And you don't want to follow the same rules as everyone else. So what I'm asking, and I don't know, maybe this applies to someone, maybe they watch this in the future and they're thinking, can you just post in self-promo, please? I don't want to have to, like, I've already banned 2 people this week for that. I don't want to continue to have to, like, remove people just because, like, it's not fun. So, are these getting deleted or is my self-promo detector broken? What do you mean? Where did my Alex Discord server go? Avo got banned, like, 2 times already. It's crazy. No, Avo didn't get banned. We love Avo. Anyways, that's all. That's it. I know it's not the most fun thing to bring up, but thanks for being respectful in the long run. They're oblivious to the advertising, which same, yeah. I won't talk about my upcoming set that I'm not talking about. It's just like tiring to have to keep reminding people that, like, that channel exists. Like, and here's the thing, I'm also understanding of, like, conversations and how people bring up things. Like, I'm not gonna get pissed off every single time, like, a self-promo thing gets brought up in, like, general chat. But, like, dude, again, I'm not born yesterday. I can tell when people are only there to self-promo. I don't know, I just don't like it. To me, it feels weird. Anyways, that's it. It's also tireless to remind you Sunday photos exist. Oh, that's my bad. I didn't realize they still exist. It defeats the point of the community. Yeah, and I think I mentioned this. I'm with you there, Chuck, because like I mentioned this the other day as well. Like, I don't want to turn the server into just like a dumping ground for like advertisements. You know how like when you scroll, I don't know, TikTok for example, and every 2 TikToks is an advertisement? I do not want to see that in the Discord, or else I won't even want to use the Discord. Shark, I mean, guys, here's the thing. Please use the self-promo channel, please. We are going to be, so I spoke to the mods, and we are going to be thinking of some new rules. Oh, we need to put them here. So we'll probably update the rule list for self-promo, but I don't know what scrolling on TikTok is like. Probably for the best. Probably, dude. So you're saying I can't self-promo my new haircut? No, you can. I'm fine with that one. What is this screwdriver kit? It's from Gion. Oh, let's actually grab this guy. I don't want to do this on my desk, actually. I'm going to destroy stuff. F1 Fridays? Is that a thing? Are we doing that? Can I promote my rank up to corporal? Yeah, sure. I'm down to do a little corporal rank up. F1, the keyboard, or the sport? Oh, wait. I thought we were talking about keyboards. By the way, these are Gateron X's. Interesting switch. I think this is my 3rd or 2nd time using them in a long time. Pretty much the same as Milky Yellows. I would say just a smidge brighter. But it's weird, because some people tell me they're supposed to be deeper. I don't agree. I did test these in another board alongside Milky Yellows, and these have a polished stem, so one of the things that someone told me was to make sure that you... Oh wait, this does not go here. Just to be very light with lubing. But yeah, pretty nice. If you can pick yourself up a set and you want something like Milky Yellows, but just something a little bit brighter, then I think these are fun. Slightly more refined, but otherwise just Milky Yellows. Pretty much, I agree with that, Cheeseman. It's like an elevated Milky Yellow. That's how I was describing it to a friend of mine as well. It's like slightly elevated Milky Yellow if it was to be 20% better. Are you dumping Milky Yellows for them? No. I still get Milky Yellows at a very good price, and I prefer that. But on an individual basis, like if I had to buy individual switches, then yeah, I'd probably get these. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate you, man. I was so nervous that day. So nervous. Alex actively describing the polished, smoother version as 20% better. You know what it is, though, Junji? I think the top out on these just rings a slight bit brighter, which low-key I'm kind of more into right now. But like if you wanted the deeper version, I think you go with the other ones, right? The standards. Do you know if anyone's building the MASS80 with the TKL, not the screen? If I had one of the top panels for that, I would do that for you guys. But, I mean, I don't, unfortunately. Alex has thousands of yellows in the bank. I also have a lot of Milky Yellows too, which I'm proud of. It's a nice switch. It's a genuinely nice switch. Milky Yellows, MX2A. Actually, MX2As I'm almost out of. Almost. I missed the beginning. What are the specs for the board? It's a gasket mounted board. I don't think there's a whole lot of specs to really give you here. It has a screen on it. I think the, realistically, I think if I were to label, who is this keyboard for? I think it's for someone who just wants something with some style or flair. It's going to be for the guy or girl who wants to put something flashy on their desk in the sense too. So, but also wants like a custom keyboard experience. And I think for the most part, I actually do think so far, from what I've seen, the custom keyboard experience part, you know, like it's actually done not too bad. It has a good PCB, a 1.6mm PCB, with good options to build. A plate that I think they did well with gasket management here and placement. They have plate options, they have top frame options, they have some solid ways to build the keyboard for the layout. You can do it with the screen or without. So I would say they have that covered right now. And good for them. What is a layout you would like to see become more mainstream? I mean, my answer to that, I feel like I would love to see more like extended keyboards, like even 60 XTs with just a macro column on the left side in particular. I do like a 2-column macro pad on boards. But then I know people would just be like, why not just get a 65? Why not get a 75? Because I like the look of it with the XT. I think it looks sick. Southpaw would be more fun too. Southpaw would be more Southpaws in the future. XTs, yeah, XTs would be really fun. Bro never uses Quantum. Oh, there you go. That's the next keyboard I need to put keycaps on then. You're right, I should bring out my Quantum. I was wondering what keyboard I should show some love to this week. And that's a good point. I do have the Quantum. W1ATA is probably my favorite layout. It's a nice one, man. It's a nice layout too. My Q14 Pro was stolen by my GF. I got her one of her own for Valentine's Day. I mean, dude, that's nice. It's always funny when someone in the household, regardless of who it is, just takes the board and you're like, this is mine now. I like this layout called TKL. Have you heard of it? Is it new? Haven't heard of that one. It sounds a little bit different. TKL stands for Tim Skillless. Damn, poor Tim. Wonder what he did today. I like other people using my boards though, so I can appreciate the sound from further away. Honestly, it's a compliment, right? If someone steals your board, that means you did a good job. I don't mean actually steal and never give it back. I mean like uses it for a day or two. I do think it's like a legit compliment. I don't know about you guys, but I'll put this down here. All right, let's make sure everything's seated nicely. I think maybe another layout I'd like to see more popularized is so nice.
Hey Alex, I'm a residential architect and I need to get a camera to photograph my projects. Any recommendations?
So I guess you need something wide, right? Bro, honestly, if you don't want to break the bank, just get a Ricoh GR3. You don't even have to get the new one. Just get the 3. Not the 3X, just the 3. I think that's fantastic. You can stick it in your pocket. No one will look at you weird because it's like it's just a little pocketable camera. I mean, low key though, if you did want to, you could shoot RAW on the new iPhones. They're pretty good. But then if you did want something you wanted to maybe play around with different lenses in the future, like maybe you didn't need something wide, my recommendation, and if you don't want to go ahead with editing either, just get yourself an older Fuji body and pick up 1 or 2 lenses. Or pick up an A6000 from Sony. You can pick them up pretty cheap and get yourself some lenses for the Sony. You will have to do a bit more legwork editing there because unlike Fuji, like Fuji has really nice JPEGs. Sony's starting to get that way. Sony has some decent ways you can edit things now in the camera. But I would say Fuji is probably still your best bet. Tilt shift lenses, if you're willing to splurge, you can correct perspective. Oh man, that's advanced though. That's like the next step. Actually, some tilt shift can get kind of expensive too. Like you said, you probably will have to splurge. I've only played with 1 tilt shift lens. It was so much fun though, I gotta say. It was a lot of fun. All right, let's plug this all back in now, and then we can start. Oh wait, no, we do the gaskets. So they have the gaskets pointed up. Although I saw a few videos of them pointing the gaskets down. I'm going to try down. I think that's the beauty of this. I don't think there's a right or wrong way of doing this. Oh my God. I'm failing at this so hard right now. There we go. What Fuji are you thinking? Pick up an older one. I don't think you need to get a brand new body. I think you can literally get away with picking up like an XT20, even an XT30, an OG XT30. It doesn't have to be a new one. If you really want to splurge, maybe find a used XT3 for cheap. But then pick up some decent glass and you're good. The XE1 and XE2 are nice options. They're more minimalistic cameras too. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with any of the Fuji cameras. Honestly, I have some older Fujis. Unfortunately, they're dead for different reasons, but when they work, dude, they honestly, like the JPEGs, they produce no different results from some of the newer ones. All right. So now we can stick this in the case. So let's do... Okay, now to slowly get this in place here. One ribbon cable. So even though this is ribbon cables, I don't think this is like overly difficult to put in. Thankfully. Now, I do actually think there are some parts missing on this unit. And again, I know this was used, but in some of the videos I saw, and I'm gonna give them a shake my head here. Yeah, I'm missing some parts. I believe to make this whole assembly easier, there's actually supposed to be screws on this, which I don't have. So if you guys can see the screw holes here, this is supposed to clamp and I guess become it's like some of the other boards we've tried. It's supposed to be its own frame. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have those. It seems like I was never sent the screws. Yeah, there's nothing here. I don't know if maybe, again, the person who used this before me also forgot to put those in the box. But it's okay. It's fine. I think that's where this got shipped from, so I don't necessarily want to blame Milky Way for this. It's okay. We will survive. Although this makes it 10 times more difficult to assemble, though, I will admit. Actually, you know what? Can I just... Hold on a second. I'm going to see if I have some spare screws. I literally have so many screws lying around right now. One sec. Ow. Got like thousands of these things I labeled screws. Maybe I'll just take one from here. One of these might fit. Who knows? Since Fuji's APS-C, those are just a crop factor. Yeah. I don't know how diligent you need to be of that, though, to be honest. Let's see if these fit. Hot glue will sort it out. No. Let's see if these will fit, though. I'm not sure if this will fit, but we'll see. Sorry I ate the screws. Turtle, it's okay. Forgiveness is given. I don't think so, actually. Maybe I need a little bit of a longer screw. Yeah, I do. Okay. These ones don't work, so let me find something else. Alex, that is Unk status saving screws because one day you might come in handy. Okay, to be fair though, These have come in handy so fucking often, to be fair. And they've come in handy because people sometimes forget to ship me things. Not just companies, but the clients, and sometimes they don't even realize they're missing things. So, I'm honest, man. They've saved me a few times from having to like source stuff for customers. Oh, this is just a Phillips headset. What am I doing? You're telling me people don't have random boxes of screws? Yeah, I also feel like having random boxes of screws is pretty normal. Okay, that doesn't work either. Do I need just a longer screw for this? I think I do. Where'd that screw go? There it is. We'll see if I have anything. I don't know if I will for sure. Even if I have like 2 or 3, this will make this whole process easier. Got any rivets? No, nothing like that. Let's see this one maybe. Hot glue is looking like a good idea right now. No. Okay. You know what? Maybe I don't have anything. I think I would need something exactly like what they shipped here. Let me just check this for a moment. Actually, I'm not sure what screw I would need for this. Beats me. Alright, well, it's okay. I don't think I have anything that'll solve this. Actually, maybe these. Let's see this one. You put these away. Hey man, you never know. It's good to have screws. Like look, whoever sent me this one, like this, whoever's prototype this was before I got to see it, forgot to send some stuff over, right? And now, maybe we'll fix it. Maybe these will be a bit better here. Something like this. Let's see. I don't think it will. Oh, maybe? No. Okay, it's fine. We'll just skip on this part for now. Do you not have GMK Stealth? No, I don't. I don't think I was ever really into Stealth, like when it came out. It is a nice set though, man. I think that was a different phase of like colors I was into, you know? Or tones. Okay, let's just do this. Let's just put this down here for now. And then I'll try to do this. This is going to be a little tricky though, so bear with me, guys. Alright, let's plug these in now. Do these. Is it just me or is it really hard finding an orange and black set? There's some sets that are like that. Although I don't think orange and black is super uncommon. There's like Ski Data, which has been around forever. Yeah, there's also Flare, but I think Flare, I don't know, to be honest, Flare is not really my cup of tea. I'll be honest, I do think orange is better as an accent color. Not as like a complete primary focus, if you want to call it that. The magnets are too strong on these. Too much orange, I think, is a bit much for even me. And I love orange. Why isn't this one screwing in nicely? So that's your orange shorts. Apparently they're not orange. You guys just say they're orange. Apparently. Kaiju? I actually think this is a good board for Kaiju. Is that what we're leaning towards right now? Megalon could also be nice. Oh, this does look... I'm telling you, I really like this, like, cream color. Oh, I forgot to put the spacebar switch. That's nice. Megalon, but night version? I don't think I have that version. Kaiju Dark would go insane. Ooh, that would look nice on this. That would. Where do I have Kaiju now? Give me 1 second. Oh, right here. Actually, dude, Kaiju's perfect for this. Dude. Hold on a second. This might slap on this right now. Okay. I do think this is going to look good. I do. Uh-oh. Now to find more of my Kaiju spacebar is. But we'll find that. If anything, I'll just use something else. Oh, to the very bottom. No, it's not. I'll figure out where it is. Now to go through all these keycaps. Oh boy. Fun, fun. It's giving mode colors with the green, beige, and orange. You think so? I don't have Orange Boy, though. I'm going to use this as reference because my memory's foggy today. It's going to take us a little longer than normal to do this. I have a lot of keycaps to go through. Tribal would look good on this too, I agree. But there is a part of me that thinks this would look also very, very nice. I am a little concerned though, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, that there's going to be some movement in here because they didn't ship the screws for the internals. So I'm a little worried that this might be a bit like odd sounding in a way, since it's not screwed in tightly, but we'll see. I don't know if Mudbeam would look super good on the orange. I feel like Mudbeam might be detracting from the orange here. Actually, this would look cool. Let's use this. Alex, looks like you lost a lot of weight. I can see it in your face. That's because I have. I've stopped eating a lot of junk. Well, I mean, I'm still eating a lot of junk, but I've been better portioning what I eat. That is the honest truth. It's been a lot more considerate portions. And you know what, dude? Just to put this out there, I have more energy this way. When I was eating like a crap ton of food and like my portions were double the portions, I had no energy, bro. But now I can like do things. I have energy. You can even see in even the way I talk. I think I was a bit more scatterbrained when I was going too crazy with food. But yeah, I feel like a little bit more like cognizant of what I'm doing even, which is so strange to think about. But yeah, just portioning is the biggest thing. I was using well, I still am. Not as much right now, but like I'm still using a calorie tracker. But the big thing is just like managing how I do portions. That is it. That is the biggest, I'd say, game changer in my book of stuff here. Bento. Oh wait, bento on this? I don't know about bento on this. I showed this board to my brother and he was like, no, that's a screen, because all those other screens have been like gimmicks. I have to admit, this is the best screen I've seen on a board so far, but it's still a gimmicky screen. It's just fun. I would say it's fun. It's not like the screen's gonna do anything for you. I'm buying the Zoom 64 Lilac Veils, so I'm excited, but I'm not sure what switches to pair. I built it with cherry switches, and I thought it was pretty nice. Like, it was pretty clacky. I forget what plate I used with it, but whatever I did, I thought was pretty good. I was using it this morning for a hot second before I was taking pictures of it. All right, I do actually think... Is there some alignment issue with... No, there's not. Okay. I was thinking of doing the aluminum plate and cork dampener. You could do that too, yeah? I don't even remember. I don't think I used any dampeners in mine. And I thought it was good. Oh no, I did use one piece of foam because they recommended it. They said to use the one piece, and honestly, it didn't do that much to the board. It didn't affect much at all. I thought it was pretty well done. Godzilla colors. I know this kind of does match really well with this, huh? It does. Love that set. It's nice. It's nice. Now, I did actually use this set of switches on a personal board of mine. I took them off for today's stream because I've been testing the Gear on X's. They're really nice. Pretty damn close to just how Milky Yellows sound, which are already really nice. We'll see how it performs on this board. I think this is an excellent test for this board as well because I just had this built in a board where these switches were like singing basically, so. Godzilla on the screen. I'd have to figure out how to do all that stuff. I haven't actually experimented with like using my own photos and stuff for this yet. Like I said, I only got the board in like, what, 2 days ago? And then I was busy yesterday, so I couldn't really open it up. So I was doing that all day today. In between doing other stuff. Green pipe? Nah. Mod pipe? Nah, dude. You know, it's just not my thing, dude. Got to do another IKEA plant run. Priorities on point here. I just do that. I'm coming with you. I have to do an IKEA run too. I have a few things I've been meaning to pick up from IKEA. Finding the time to go to IKEA, that's the problem. IKEA can be an all-day trip sometimes. It really can be. Although I don't love going to IKEA. I always spend money. And I don't want to do that anymore. I'm tired of it. There's the L, and now I need this Alt. See if I can find that. And then I need to go find a spacebar for this. Because I don't know where the hell my spacebar is. One sec. Maybe I know where it is. I don't know where it is at the moment, so sorry, but I will just use a different set's spacebar. It probably isn't going to match 100%, but it is what it is. This is just Dandy's spacebar. I thought I knew where it was, but that's a different spacebar. Can the screen be swapped with keys? It can be. You have to buy it, unfortunately, and we'll break out the book later for my thoughts and stuff, so we can better write down and visualize what I'm thinking. All right. You find that one set you couldn't find? I found a lot of stuff today. I didn't actually clean today, though. Today was mostly work. I had a whole bunch of stuff pop up. Hello? Cable? What's going on here? All right. Oh shit, is there no diffuser on this one? I feel like maybe this particular top didn't have a proper diffuser cover. That's okay. We'll worry about that later. I know this spacebar doesn't match. Just give me a second. Alright, outside of me not using the right spacebar here, which I think I know what keyboard it's on. I think I just left it on the keyboard that had this set prior, which was the Protagonist, I think. This set's a perfect match, dude. This set looks so good on this board. Let's just turn down this light so you guys can better see the screen. All right, so yeah, this is pretty. I mean, let's see how this sounds. I have a feeling we need to screw that piece in. It's unfortunate that the screws didn't come with this, and I have to really just find a set of screws that could work. But let's see. All right, so the alphas don't sound too bad right off the bat. Let me tune the spacebar up a little bit. It's actually not too bad of a sound. 1 second. One moment. The spacebar definitely needs some tuning. That's a huge screen. Yeah, we'll go over the screen again. It's definitely loud. One sec, everybody. All right. It might be a bit thuddy because of the long feet on this. Much better. So just so everyone knows, this is Gateron X's with the aluminum plate, no foam, no nothing else. Let's not shake anymore. I wonder if this just had... You can hear some of the thuddiness because of the feet. So, like... It's weird. I kind of don't mind it, though. Okay, all the stabilizers I think need a bit of tuning here. Really? I actually think the spacebar goes well with the alphas. Wait, why am I clips leader? Oh, I'm not too sure. Friday, did you do a clip? The backspace does sound a bit empty, though. All right. Sound-wise, honestly, I hate being that person, but I wasn't expecting like all that much for some stupid reason. I wasn't expecting that much. I would say I'm pleasantly happy with this. Like, if I had to use this board, this is up my alley for what I prefer in sound signatures. Yeah, you know what, Cheeseman? I think I had this, and this is a terrible idea to come in with looking at this board. I had this idea of screen. They put a lot of effort here. They didn't put a lot of effort anywhere else. But, I mean, as we're opening this up, I should have had a good idea that this would have sounded pretty good because they have gaskets in good spots. I do think the feet being long feet are most likely detracting from the board. Like, ever so slightly, as you guys can tell when I lift it. There's a lot of thudding happening. Yeah, so I think maybe the main detractor of like what I'm not liking sound-wise are these long feet over here. Which is a shame because honestly, if this board just had regular schmegular feet, I think this could have had just like a more crisp sound profile, and I probably would have been over the moon with the sound. But I'm hearing a lot of like desk noise, which is, I mean, it's fine. I've seen more hyped up boards from prominent designers use long feet sometimes, but you know, it is what it is, I suppose. Okay, well, I'm happy with it. It also feels soft as well. Like, it does feel soft to type on, which is nice to see. I would say it lies in the standard, like, medium range for what I normally kind of expect when building, like, a silicone gasket-mounted keyboard. So kudos to them there. I'm sure changing the plate might also affect that ever so slightly. What else? The design of the board is fun. It does seem a little tall. Let's see if I can find out a front height here on the website. 19.2. It feels a little taller than that. I'll have my batteries soon for my caliper, so I can definitely tell. But 19.2, on the upper threshold of what I normally like. Typing angle 7 degrees, weight is 2 kilograms. It has a 3.4 inch display, 480 by 480, 60 hertz. It did not feel like 60 hertz because it's only running at 30 frames per second. So okay, we'll go back to the screen here and let's talk about things. Let's pull out my book and let's talk about the board. Let's write some stuff down. Damn, I'm gonna go through this book really quick. And I'm so sad. This is the only book I'm using for stream stuff. Is the clock frozen? No, it just reset. That's why. That's all. Okay, let's go through some stuff here. So, let's do basic keyboard functionality for custom stuff, like basic custom expectations. So here's where I think Milky Way. Here's what they did right, in my humble opinion. We have good gasket mounting. I'm happy with that. I think the gasket mounting is all done in very well-placed areas. The silicone gaskets work well too. If you end up kind of want to remove two on the top, I'm sure you could. So I'm happy with that. They did a good job there. I like the PCB. Now, in terms of longevity for the PCB, I can't speak on that. But for compatibility for layout, I would say it's like a solid A-, only because they didn't add like a 6.25U, which is fine. I mean, they're offering things like, if you're so interested, you could even get an HHKB top if you really want for your TKL. So you could do that too, if you're so interested. So cool. It's nice. You get some layouts. A-, I'd say overall for what it's offering here. Good for them. And then we have, I would say, a pretty slick overall design. I would personally say this keyboard stands out, which I think is really important. It stands out. I would even say the top of the board is kind of fun with these interchangeable tops. We have, I would say, a pretty fun bottom of the board. I like it. I don't know. You guys can dislike it. I really do like the way this looks. I kind of almost wish some of these more transparent PCB things were on the top of the board. I like the way that looks. Like, that's neat. I don't know if orange would be my first color choice for this board, though. I feel like something a bit more neutral to let everything else stand out would be my first choice. Stands out. I like the overall design. So personally, we'll write personally here. I think I put too many L's, but we'll just do this. Personally, I like it. And price point, let me just triple check the price point, $340. So $340, you get your choice of your layout, and then you can buy the extra panels. $340, I would say for what you're getting, not bad. So we'll talk about price point here and value. And when I'm talking about value, we're talking strict value of the price, like what you're getting in the box. $340 is not bad for this. I don't think this is a bad price in the slightest at all for what you're getting. Now here's where I do have a bit of I wish they did some stuff different. All right, because if I liked everything but the screen, which it's very valid, some people might not find the screen, like, maybe they're just not into this. I would have loved, because they're also offering this as an additional part, I would have loved for them to just offer a version without a screen. I don't even know what that could have been priced at. Maybe that's $40 less, maybe that's $20 less, maybe that's $80 less. If they had just offered a kit without the screen, that would have been a great way to sell this particular product. We'll look at the wrist rest here in a second too. This would have been a great way to sell the product. So next time, or even now, I don't know if it's still possible, but next time offer a more bare bones experience. Even the switches and keycaps you get, like, I would love to not have to purchase those. Some people would, but some people wouldn't. You can even see now with, like, the Kafka, for example. I know, I just forgot to put the diffuser in. That's my own fault. There's definitely a demand for, like, DIY things. You know? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I would love to not have to purchase things I don't want. So, what's the problem with the price? I have no problem with it. I think it's actually pretty good. I'm going to give it a check mark there. Pretty good. Accessories for the board, with the exception of the wrist rest, which we'll take a look here in a moment. 20, how much are all these? $29 for different tops. Plates are a little expensive. Actually, no, it's just the carbon fiber plate, it seems. The plate, aluminum extra plate, is only $30, which is nice. The carbon fiber is $40. I don't love that, but aluminum plate's $30 and all the extra tops are $30. So $30 accessories. I don't know, accessories. Good, check mark. Not bad. The wrist rest, which we'll look at right now, and we'll talk more about, like, the software here in a moment. Let's look at the wrist rest really quick, because this is also an accessory that I feel like costs an arm and a leg. Here's the wrist rest. And what they've done is they've basically, you guys will see, they've made it so this can press and form. Oh, is my camera focus going crazy? So this is able to flex with your wrist. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know how well this is going to work. Obviously, I should probably try it before I give it a go here, but actually, you know what? That's actually not terribly uncomfortable. I don't think I'd use this, though. Only because I'm not really big into wrist rest, but that works way better than I expected. Oh, wow. That's actually not bad at all. I mean, it's cold right now, but it's not, like, uncomfortably cold. Yeah, I don't like the noise of it for sure. They could have put silicone on the sides to stop maybe it doing that or something, but I don't know if I'd pick up this as an accessory, personally. Oh yeah, shares the same design too. I mean, it's cool. It's definitely cool. Is that a ribbon cable they just randomly put there? I like what they did this, with how this design works. Shake test? It legitimately though, this is pretty comfortable. It presses. Maybe I can show you guys better from this side. Maybe I'll just do this. You can kind of see it flexes with your, when you put it down, it moves with your wrist. Interesting. I do think this maybe could have been better designed to make not as much noise and feel cheap that way, but oh, not bad. Actually, that's actually yeah, not bad at all, actually. Interesting design. Yeah, it's weird. I feel like my... Listen, again, I don't want to come into this keyboard review like bias, right? But I sometimes I do. And I think I did have a little bit of this notion that the board wasn't going to be as good as I thought it was going to be, but I think it's a really good thing that my expectations are being like, kind of like what you said, being met in some aspects. Like very good. I think now it's going to come down to Milky Way's history in the hobby, which has been a little bit sometimes shaky, and that's something to consider when purchasing the board, as well as, do you have faith in the software in the future, right? Well, that's interesting. I might have to do more testing on this wrist rest. Is this worth $150 though? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think so. Personally, I don't think I would. I would maybe do like 89 on that. Like, I would feel more comfortable with 89. 150 seems a lot for this, considering this is just, what, metal? And maybe some, like, stuff they've done to the inside. I don't think this is worth 150. But maybe it will be for you. I'm going to give them their first big miss on the cost of the wrist rest, which is nearly almost half the board. Because it's officially, the wrist rest is listed at not even 150, 160. So 160 for the wrist rest. We're going to put C- on that. So big old C- X, not a big fan. That's fine. Sound-wise, I like it. It's a good sounding board. I do wish they removed the long feet. So long feet, kind of disappointing, I'd say. Not for me. But if you like that kind of almost bassier undertone you get of using long feet, then maybe that will be for you. So, you know, that's pretty much like a personal preference thing there. I think we can now move on, unless I'm missing anything here. Oh wait, no, the interchangeable tops. Did I talk about that? Interchangeable. I think we did, but I'll just write it down. Love this. Great way to spend a few extra dollars to breathe some new life into your keyboard. Love it. Because, like, again, we'll kind of show you now. We can quickly do this. We have one extra top that'll match this exact configuration. Let me get one. It's this guy right over here. I think this is kind of nifty. I don't like it with this particular one here. This has the diffuser on it too, yeah. But you know what? To breathe some new life into the board, I don't see this as a bad thing at all. Love this. I like this a lot. A+. Works well too. Snaps right into place. Easy to take off. Just take off a keycap. Nice. Alright, software. Now comes like the, I guess, more in-depth topic. We're just going to reiterate a lot of stuff we probably already talked about. I I already know and knew coming into this review that they're not 100% fully finalized and flushed out the software that's being presented to us on stream today. Even though, for the most part, all the functions... Is it frozen right now? I don't even know. Maybe it is. And there it is. So, like, you know, we have another function that's probably not working at the moment. There it goes. Just needs a second, maybe? I have no idea. The software itself, I had it working on the Windows computer, for example. It was working earlier as well. It's still not 100% flushed out. Like, probably have to unplug and replug this. I would, and again, just to reiterate, I already knew this coming in, this wasn't 100%. I would want to see this before the end of the group buy being posted by Milky Way with at least one fully functional theme. Just one. The base theme. So I would love and need to see one functional theme. And this, I guess this brings up the topic of, like, we do trust some vendors to deliver on stuff that's not 100% done. You know, so, like, where does this kind of come in here? Well, this is Milky Way's first big project, I feel like. I don't think they've done a keyboard prior to this. And this is a little bit more, you know, you're kind of being sold on this feature in a way. You know what I mean? So, like, I want to see one of these themes being completely done. I don't know how you guys feel about it. The other thing too, and again, I know this is kind of like beta software. This says it's 60 hertz. That's great. It's only running at 30 frames according to the little FPS chart over here. So I want to see that being properly ran at 60 frames per second to take advantage of the 60 hertz refresh rate. Is there a setting? I don't think there is any settings that I can do here. But again, they did let me know, like, a few times being, hey, we're working on this basically every day, so. Now, due to software being so laggy and remove the entire point of the TKL isn't worth it, IMO. And that's what I'm talking about, man, is like to focus and not to focus on this, like, this is the main focus. So it's hard to ignore and say, like, I'll trust them. So again, I think this here, I would love and need to see a functional theme, at least one. That is the main point that I would want to drive home with all of this. Because the rest of the board's pretty good. As far as I know, you can do practically everything with this. Like, you can literally load up a bunch of wallpapers if you really want, and then select, like, whatever wallpaper you want here. Although, like I said, it's still not... The touchscreen needs to be, I think, better calibrated to some degree, but... The back changed a little bit. I feel like that's just me being annoying, though. But yeah, like, if I had to say something, I wouldn't want to see Milky Ways twice. I think that's just a bit, like, much to see the brand name twice. I don't know if that matters to some people, but it is what it is. Well, I'll go ahead and change the wallpaper for you guys here, too. Theme. Oh, no, not theme. We need to go wallpaper. Let's pick this one. And I think if we go back to the front, it should be the new wallpaper. Yeah, so there, we have a different wallpaper now. I don't know if GIFs can be applied. And I think we would need more of, like, and this is what I mean too, like, I would want to see more from Milky Way of, like, what else can you do with this? But they're saying you can just make your own themes. And if it's going to be a bit more open source there, and again, I have seen them, and take this with a grain of salt, I have seen them on different forms of media say that they're going to continue support with this even after it gets launched. So again, take that with a grain of salt though. It's supposed to be a 60 hertz frame or 60 hertz screen, but you can see it dip in frames. I don't know how well you guys can see that actually. You can slightly see it dip in frames as we zoom across here. So this clearly needs to be better optimized. See what I mean? But again, just because I feel like they told me, and I feel bad for not relaying the information, but also take it into consideration, they're not done with this yet. If they do happen to be done with this and they send me a new file, I would love to see how that works. Cool for the novelty, but I personally use my nav cluster. Actually, they did think of that, which I think is actually pretty neat. You can still use your nav cluster. And then if you don't like it, like I said, you just get a different top. But you still get a nav cluster, and it's a touchscreen nav cluster, which is pretty fun, I think. Do you think keyboard screens are worth it? I mean, no. Let me put it this way here. They're fun features. So they're strictly features in which you can maybe customize a little bit to make the keyboard more your own. Like, for example, putting a wallpaper on this. You can make this keyboard feel like more of your personal project this way. So it's one more way to make the keyboard feel like you've built it. That's it. There's some functionality, like, yes, it doesn't work on Mac. They said it will eventually. You can get Spotify album art here. I think that's also pretty cool to see, to get a visualization of the art you have on a big screen on your keyboard. But how often are you going to look down and appreciate that? But it is nice to have some control over Spotify here if you're a one monitor person like I am. And this is gonna maybe be a harsh reality to Milky Way or whoever. Screens are cool. But at the end of the day, there's unless they offer a very specific function where I cannot get anywhere else on my computer, they're always going to be a bit of a novelty. They're always going to have that bit of a classification of being a gimmick. Yeah, if this was a trackpad, this would be super cool. If this can transform into a trackpad, that would be not a gimmick anymore. That would be neat. That would be nice. Ultimately, though, that is pretty much what I think here. Everything except the wrist rest, the long feet, and I'm just, concerned about the software. I do encourage you guys to do your homework on whether or not, you would want to put faith into a keyboard that doesn't have 100% showcase ready stuff like this. But it is, I again, give it to Milky Way. For what it's worth, for a first project, this is rather ambitious, and I think they did a pretty good job overall. Can't take that away from them. I would think I would rather a keyboard with a watch movement. Don't say that, Ark. If this, and this is maybe a terrible comparison, but I actually think that, looking at this board versus something like the Nama, this feels more like a product I can actually get behind. So, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. I'll do another quick sound test for you guys here. But good job, Milky Way. Honestly, I can't wait to see this done, and this will be a perfect board. Well, near perfect. The sound's good and everything, too. They did a good job there, like I said. Yeah, there was also a huge price difference, too. These are Gateron X switches, so GAT X's. The stock background should be Greg. Sounds great, but the screen is what's making me ick. Yeah, and like I said, there's going to be people who are for it and people who aren't. If you don't like the screen, we pass on the board, right? It's not like you can't remove the screen. It would be harder to sell if you can't do a regular TKL, yes. And that's the other thing, too. Again, I feel like there's just a lot to this board. You can remove the screen. It just costs extra to do so, which is a bit of an annoying thing. They should have offered that as one of the stock options to buy the board. Where do you see the future of mechanical keyboards going? Can they innovate more on sound and feel, or do they steer in a direction like screens and other things? The next step for this hobby is probably going to be TMR. Let's be real. It's most likely going to be hybrid TMR PCBs in the future, where we get to use MX switches and TMR switches. And I think Hall effect will be eventually obsolete, which is like a pretty crazy thing to think about, because MX switches probably will never be obsolete, but Hall effect probably will. But I do think that's going to be like where the hobby leads up to. As for sound, dude, I don't think there's going to be any difference in sound. The hobby right now is pretty much what the hobby's going to be, except for advancements in like sensors and like other things we use. I think there's always going to be a space for the mechanical keyboard, or just a keyboard that makes clicky clacky sounds. So it's just going to come down to advancements there, and then just what sound profiles you prefer. I think at this point here, with how developed the hobby is, we've pretty much gotten every sound signature possible, with every variation of foam, cork, sand, hair, pennies, aluminum foil, I don't know, everything under the sun I think people have put inside keyboards to try to make it sound different. Why will Hall effect be obsolete? I'm out of the loop. It's because TMR sensors make more sense, and they're also better in a lot of ways than Hall effect, from what I understand. I just don't think it's going to be widely adopted right away, but I do think TMR is the better option. It's essentially Hall effect. Meta will make a pair of glasses the keyboard attachment. Bet. Yeah, we're going to use like bone conductive technology. But I don't think there's going to be ever advancements in like sound. TMR is cheaper, use less energy, and have less latency than HE. Exactly what Derp said. But yeah, I don't think so. I think the hobby, it will always just be a fun hobby that people can pick up if they want to customize something. I think for me, keyboards will mostly be art form first. And whether that art form is your sound, or the way you design the board, or how you dress it up, I think that's where the keyboard hobby is going to be. That's it. And I think we're at it, and there's minor advancements that happen, but it's really just doing something you enjoy. With how TMR is going, I'm really hoping there will be TMR-only switches designed close to MX. Well, it seems like with TMR, my stomach's growling, but TMR PCBs, you can do hybrid anyways. Like, you can just get hot swap sockets and sensors on it, which is awesome. You heard that, Anna? I'm sorry, I'm real hungry. I had a very small dinner. If you weren't doing keyboards, what would you be doing? As in a hobby you would pursue as a job? I didn't even mean to do hobbies as a job. I just kind of fell into it. I don't know what I'd be doing. I'd probably still be at my old job. He'd be a comedian? God damn it. But anyways, that's pretty much the stream, everybody. That's pretty much it. 1 second. 1 moment. Actually, there'll be one more thing they asked me to look at here. Well, that's cool, actually. Hold on 1 moment. Let me open these images up. I just saw they sent this. Sorry, I don't normally check Discord while I am streaming. So they are promising one thing here, which again, I would want to hold on, I need my key bindings for this. I don't even know why I'm hitting escape. Actually, no, I don't need my key bindings for this. Let me just do this here, because I'm just trying to open them all in the browser. So they are promising themes per color of keyboard. Let me show you guys exactly what they're promising here. And they're saying this is going to be... Ooh, I really like this one here. If they can get this to actually be a thing, then I will be over the moon personally, but... Alright, let me show you guys. So, they're saying that they're going to be, on launch of the board, there's going to be a theme for all these colors here. And this is what they're saying is going to be. They're saying... Oh, let me bring this up a little bit. Come here. Come here. All right. So they're going to have this theme. They're going to have This is like what a old school kind of like digital or analog kind of meter, maybe like a radio style theme or some sort of like volume theme. VU meter, yeah. Evangelion theme, which I don't know if they can do that because it's a little bit dicey there. And then we have this theme, which I think is kind of like what we already have on the board. Although I don't know about this volume knob over here. That just looks like a render. And then the Yeti theme, which we thought we saw that was half done. So this was actually something we saw half done already. But cool. If they get this done, that'll be neat. Like I said, though, I want to see one fully flushed out theme before the keyboard launches. This is a cool one. I really like this one here. A volume knob would be crazy. I mean, dude, if they can do things like that, which makes sense because there is 2 extra hot swap sockets right over here, that would be neat. This one's nice. Never mind about the other ones. I really like this panel over here. I want to see more like that, man. Give me that. I think this is also supposed to be some sort of touch bar or something too. If you don't want to touch the screen. Yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. Fun board. If you guys wanted to support the project, go for it. No, I thought it was a button too. I actually don't know what this little thing does over here. I think it's just a piece of silicone, like a design. I think this you can actually use, but it's not very easy to use, I'll be honest. I think this also needs some tweaking too. But VU meters have been used in amplifiers. It should indicate some value. I don't know what it indicates. This is a nice feature though, the Pomodoro timer. I can see myself using this. I do like the fact this has a built-in timer for that too. Usually I use my phone, but sometimes I don't like having my phone there. All right, guys. Like I said, if you wanted to support the board, there's a bunch of different vendors, including Unikeys, who I think is really awesome. And then there's also their own Kickstarter. But yeah, fun project. I hope it goes well for Milky Way. Truly, I hope it does. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. I'm going to go find something to eat really quick because I'm getting a little hungry. But let's go find someone to raid, shall we? What happened to my campfire IEMs? I was getting dizzy using them. Not even an exaggeration. It was getting a little bit kind of like dicey. It would make me, I felt like pressure headaches sometimes using them. Elquan never got a comp. Oh shit, Elquan! I was about to end the stream, but I would never end my love for you, okay? Love you, buddy. I hope you're having a great night. It's going to be there forever, and I hope your rest of the week goes well, and you have the best weekend ever, okay? He'll leave forever now? Ah, my bad, bro. Alright, let's go raid Extra Prius. You guys have a good night. Love you, and I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Good night, everybody. See ya.